Hi Teresa, I'm Susan from Inspira. Welcome along to this lockdown video all about traineeships. So people may have heard the term traineeships but not know what it involves. Can you tell us who they are for and what it actually is?
Yes, no problem, Susan. So the traineeships is for anyone aged 16 to 19 who are not currently in education, employment or training. It's a 12-week programme, Monday to Friday. 2 days a week is involved in a work placement. So we try and find a student a work placement around their keen interests or future career goals. 1 day a week is around guest speakers. So we have various guest speakers come in and speak to the students. So it could be about money management, sexual health, alcohol awareness training, Heart Start training from Cumbria Fire Service. So these are all skills that the students can then add to their CVs. We also do maths and English. So anything entry level 3 is accredited. Anything other than that is a refresher. As you know, we work with you guys at the end of the traineeship to then signpost people on in terms of accredited provision for maths and English.
And do they get any other qualifications while they're on there? You mentioned the maths and English.
Yes, so they'll do a refresher in terms of level 1 and level 2 with ourselves. Anything from entry level 1 to entry level 3 is accredited provision. It is classroom based learning for the maths and English with myself. We work through a workbook each session on a Tuesdays and Thursdays. We try and make it as fun and as relaxed as possible. Hence why we have the work placements as well. It kind of breaks the week up because that's 2 days a week out on work placements. They also get a certificate at the end of the training to say that they've accomplished 12 weeks training with ourselves at Carlisle United Community Sports College. But they'll also get various different certificates along the way. So in terms of the KDAS provision in training, they'll get a certificate to say they've attended that session. They'll also get certificates in terms of the Heart Start training, which is good first aid training to be part of. And again, that goes onto the CV, which is also a certificate to take home with them. At the end of the provision, we do a little leavers celebration where they'll be presented with the little packs of all the certificates they've gained along the way of the traineeship. And then we'll also invite parents and carers, and also those representatives from the work placement will come down and kind of applaud them really and look at the next steps in terms of whether that is employment, an apprenticeship or further training.
That sounds fantastic. And you see the learners each week then. What differences do you see in them as the programme progresses?
The difference I see in students is establishing a routine. Really, sometimes a lot of the guys, you know, they can sleep in bed till lunchtime and nothing really much to get up for. Whereas in terms of the traineeship, you know, you're with us Monday to Friday, 5 days a week with myself, establishing that routine, but then also gaining new skills. We do have some students that have maybe thought a career path in a certain field is what they were interested in, but they've maybe gone along to the work placement and thought, do you know what, this maybe isn't for me. And that's great because we can find them a work placement within another field. And it's a great opportunity for them to say, you know, I did think I wanted to do that, but actually no, it's maybe another field I'm interested in. Or they'll give something entirely new a go and think, this is amazing, this is something I want to do as a future career. In terms of, because they're doing 12 weeks free, obviously they get a bursary in terms of attending, but for future employers to say that that student is committed 2 days a week for 12 weeks, gives that employer an opportunity to say, maybe is this something that we can have within our company? Is there a position available? You know, have they got good attendance, good timekeeping, good attitude to learning? So it's a good opportunity for these guys to learn some new skills, but also for future employers to see that these traineeships are a worthwhile person to have within their field.
Great. And what can learners expect to progress on to after their Carlisle United traineeship?
So in previous cohorts, we've had students that have gone on and gained apprenticeships, and they've gone on and gained employment, but we work closely obviously with yourselves at Inspira, NACRO, Riverside Housing, and we work closely with you guys to see what the next steps are. So it could be at the end of a work placement, there may be an opportunity for them to then gain employment within that field, and that was fantastic if that's an opportunity. We also look at possible apprenticeship routes, but then also future learning. but it's all based on the student, and it's what the student wants to get out of at the end of the traineeship. So it could be that a student maybe thinks, right, yeah, I definitely want to go on down the employment route, and that's where we'll work with you guys at Inspira and look at some future full-time employability sessions. But then we'll also look at what opportunities Carlisle College may have on offer, or NACRO in terms of maths and English. So we'll work closely and look at different stakeholders and see what opportunities are available out there.
That's great. Thank you very much, Teresa.
Thank you, no problem.
A really viable option for some people who maybe haven't got a specific career goal in mind yet and maybe need some help to explore that. And that's really greatly explained. Thank you very much.
No problem.
And
Thank you.
catch up with you soon.
Okay, thanks now.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.